So today, I'm going to be talking about The Last of Us Season 2, even though the season is 2 years away. So, around 2025 is when we'll probably get the season, but still, I have a lot of concerns about the season. I am fairly worried about the season. My number one concern is, spoiler warning, Joel's death from part 2. It is possible that we'll probably get like it is fairly possible they'll probably adapt. Joel's death from that game in season 2, and me personally, I don't want it. Okay, like I'm hoping that moment doesn't happen, but from a lot of people that I know on YouTube, they keep telling me that like it's probably gonna happen no matter what. So, and me personally, I'm starting to get the feeling now that probably will happen because at the end of season 1, Joel killed the fucking doctor like he did in the games. And as you know, as you know, that doctor turned out to be Abby's father in the games, and she wanted revenge, and she started hunting down Joel, and that leads to her, like what she did to him in that second game, and the fact that they had Joel kill the doctor at the end of season 1 definitely hints that they're going down that same road. That they're gonna have Abby show up in season 2, and she's going to freaking golf club Joel in the head and crack his head open with a golf club, like he did in the second game. And me personally, like that moment in part 2 is by far the most controversial, hated, divisive moment I've ever seen in the game before. And the fact that they're going to, like try to adapt that moment, like in a live action TV show, and think it's going to work, which we all know it's not going to work. It's going to piss off, like for all the new fans that season 1 gathered or collected a lot of new people that never played the games before, never played the first game or the second game, and yeah, season 1 it gathered a lot of new like people to this like show version of The Last of Us. And those people are probably very they like Pedro's take on Joel, and they like they got attached to him in season 1. They love his character, and if you thought the backlash and hate was bad in part 2 of the game, or in the game from 2020, it's going to be even worse in the show. It's going to be just like like it's going to be just the same as killing Carl in The Walking Dead, or killing Glenn Abraham in The Walking Dead. It's going to be that shit all over again, and people are going to. I'm sorry, if they killed Joel in the same fashion that he died in part 2, there's going to be even more people gunning or going after Neil Druckmann, sending him death threats, sending him hate, and like backlashing him and hating on him. There's going to be even more people going after him. Even more people going after him. So the fact that the fact that Neil Druckmann would literally, like, be dumb enough to attempt to make the same mistake again in season 2 just proves that he is a freaking idiot, man. He is an idiot. He has no clue what he's doing, and he he deserves all the hate and backlash that he gets. He really does, because like he's just such a buffoon and idiot. Like who never learns from his mistakes, and just it's just like if he kills Joel again in season 2 of the show, like how he did in part 2 in The Last of Us part 2, then he really is a fucking idiot. He really is an idiot, and he has no clue what the fuck he's doing. Okay, I'm sorry, but that death was trash. Okay, part 2, that death was garbage. That death sucked. I hated it. Like it. Like that game I'm 50-50 on. Some parts I like, some parts I don't like. The story in that game is garbage. Okay, the death of Joel is garbage. And the fact that he'd be dumb enough to repeat that fucking mistake proves how stupid he is. And like I said, it's just going to cause people to go after him and hate him even more. And just, yeah. And me personally, I don't think Neil Druckmann even likes Joel. Okay, I personally think that Neil Druckmann, like, hates the character of Joel. I truly think that because his death in part 2 was, like, not only was it controversial, divisive, it was also very fucking disrespectful. It was one of the most disrespectful deaths I've ever seen. Okay, disrespectful. It was pretty much just a giant middle finger to the character of Joel and his fans. That's just how it felt to me. Just Neil Druckmann, like the fact that he would literally, like model a character after himself, that Manny guy, like apparently that character was modeled after Neil Druckmann. He would insert himself in the fucking game. Like after Joel died, he literally spat on Joel's corpse. Like it's like fucking Neil Druckmann inserting himself into the game and spitting on Joel himself. Are you fucking serious? Like what kind of fucking person does that? A fucking like a fucking like freaking stubborn asshole piece of shit person does that. Like you literally created this character. You created him. Like he was your creation. The fact that you do that to your own creation, insert yourself into the game, like model a character after you, and then have that character fucking spit on Joel's dead body. Like wow, Neil Druckmann, just wow. but just yeah. Just yeah, that's one of my big concerns for season 2. Okay, like if they give Joel his game death in season 2, it's not gonna work. Okay, people are gonna hate on it. There's like it's gonna be another controversial, divisive moment. Just hate, backlash, controversy. Like it's gonna be all that all over again. People going after Neil Druckmann, hating on him, sending him death threats, and just yeah. It just blows my mind that we live in a world where writers like this exist and they don't learn their fucking lessons. They don't learn from their mistakes. Okay, because if he had half a fucking brain, he would realize, oh, that death in part 2 didn't work and people fucking hated it. Maybe I should fix that death and not do it. No. A person like Neil Druckmann would be dumb enough to give that fucking death to Pedro Pascal. Because, yeah, I guarantee that's what's going to happen. Pedro Pascal, his version of Joel, is going to get fucking cracked in the head with a golf club by Abby. And then, like, yeah, and then after that, what, like I said, people who never played the games grew to love Pedro's Joel. Like he now has a fan base of devoted fans who now know him as Joel, who love him as that character, who see him as that character. There are now fans like that who love that character that in the show who never played the games. There are those fans now, and it's because of season 1. And if they fucking kill Joel in season 2, those fans are going to be fucking, like, pissed off. They're going to be very mad, angry, and just, yeah, that death is not going to, like work for any of them. Like, it didn't even work for me. So imagine the outrage of when those people see him get killed by Abby. Imagine the outrage. Like, I can already picture it now, the outrage. And like what's going to happen after that episode. Okay, I can already see season 2 after that episode. The fucking ratings for that season are going to plummet. They're going to drop or sink like a rock. And the show is going to do pathetic. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, in my opinion. And if they do that death from part 2, that's what's going to happen. The show's going to slowly die, and the ratings are going to go down. It's going to decline in ratings, and they're going to lose money, and just like that death can't work for TV. It cannot work on live television. It will not work. Okay, you you do that death in season 2, like the show is going to crumble and fall apart, just like how The Walking Dead kind of did. Like how Fear did. Like it's going to turn into a Fear 2.0. Like if they do Joel's game death, and then do the rest of the story where Ellie is going to like go after Abby and kill all her friends, and like imagine the outrage and the hate. Like if season 2 ends, like if season 2, like imagine season 3, like we spent all of season 2, like we saw Joel get killed by Abby, and then season 3 we have to continue watching this, and then season 3 ends and Ellie doesn't even kill Abby. Like imagine the fucking outrage. Like how pissed people are going to be that they had to sit through all of that again. Like the ratings are going to plummet and the show is going to fall apart. Okay, retelling part 2 in season 2 is not a good idea, because that game is so controversial, so hated, so like it's just not going to work. Okay, I can already see it now. Like like there are rumors going there are rumors going around that season 2 is not going to be all of part 2, because part 2 was such a long game. Some people say that season 3 will probably be even more of the rest of part 2. And like imagine like if season 3, like they ended that season and we got the ending of part 2 in season 3, and season 3 ended and we got the fucking same ending from part 2, where Ellie fucking loses everything, goes through this whole revenge to get to Abby, and then in the end she doesn't even kill Abby. Like imagine like how big the backlash and anger outcry from fans for season 3 is going to be. It's going to be crazy, and just just yeah, doing part 2 in season 2, season 3, it's not a good idea, because that game is just so fucking hated and so disliked, and just yeah, like I can count on all the people I know, like Brian Akeem, Walker Dead Phoenix. Like even Walker Dead Phoenix, he's got a point. Like if Joel dies in season 2, then what was the whole point of the show? I agree with that. But like I said earlier, okay, I don't want to see fucking Pedro Pascal get his fucking head bashed in with a golf club. I don't want to see that. Okay, I don't want that moment to happen. I don't want to see it. And if it does happen, well, then the show's done. It's screwed. Because Pedro Pascal, I guarantee he has a bigger audience and a bigger fan base than like his character of Joel in season 1 has already accumulated a pretty big fan base. And imagine how mad and pissed off those fans are going to be when they see this random Abby chick show up out of nowhere in season 2, and they witness, like her take a golf club and bash fucking Joel's fucking brains in with a golf club. Like, can you imagine how fucking furious, how mad, how angry people are going to be? Like I can already see it now. I can already see all the hate and backlash. Like I can already see it now. I can already taste it. Like it's just not going to work. Okay, if they do that moment, the show's gonna fall apart. Ratings are going to go down. The show's going to start crumbling, dying, and people who watched season 1 were going to be like, wow, this show got, well, like it's going to be like Fear the Walking Dead all over again, where people are going to be like, wow, season 1 was good. What the fuck happened? Like season 1 was so good, and this show literally just went off a fucking cliff. What happened? Like how'd the show get so bad? That's what's gonna happen in season. That's what's gonna happen in season 2. I guarantee. That's gonna be its fate. Okay, all the new people that season 1 brought in, they're gonna start hating the show. They're gonna start bashing it, saying it's garbage, saying it's trash. They're gonna start hating on it, and it's just like that's what's gonna happen if Joel dies in season 2, and probably will die, considering it's fucking Neil Druckmann, who figured, fucking stubborn, cocky asshole he is, doesn't want to listen to anybody. So yeah, that's just some of my thoughts. I just want to let you guys know that like those are some of my concerns about season 2 of The Last of Us. I'm just worried that like if they're gonna retell part 2, which they want to do, then that means they're gonna have to fucking kill Joel, have Abby kill Joel, and they're gonna fucking do all this stuff with Ellie that they did in part 2 that people didn't like. They're gonna have fucking episodes after episodes focused on Abby, and then episodes focused on Ellie, and back and forth, and all this shit that people did not like in part 2, and all these new people that season 1 introduced, people are gonna have to fucking suffer through all that. And then in the end, when season 2 like concludes, and they're not even gonna get the full picture, because like season 2 is not going to be the entire story of part 2. Like the story of part 2 is going to spill into other seasons, like season 3, and like it's just going to fall apart. Season 2 is going to be, like I guarantee season 2 is going to be so fucking hated, and people are going to call it garbage. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. I guarantee. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you guys agree, disagree? How are you feeling about season 2 of The Last of Us? Because like I said, I'm very concerned about it. Like I'm very unsure if I should watch it. I really am. I'm so fucking unsure about checking it out. Just cause like I said, I don't want to see Pedro Pascal get his fucking brain smashed in with a golf club by I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. I really do not want to see Pedro get his fucking skull crushed in with a golf club. I don't want to see that. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you guys agree, disagree? Just let me know in the comments below on how you're feeling about season 2 of The Last of Us, and yeah, peace.